Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver, and today we're going to be playing some Celestial Tiger. And yeah, this is going to be my final daily Storybook Brawl upload, which is pretty sad, but yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for the future, especially because of all the great comments that you've all left and reassurances from people that they're going to stick around and find out what the next game is. So I really appreciate all that. But yeah, this game, it kind of encompasses all the things that I really love to do in Storybook Brawl, so I thought this one would be a fitting. It's also, of course, it's like I wouldn't choose a a boring one for the final upload anyways, final daily upload. I will still be doing the sort of retrospective, at least like I'll do the best I can with a sort of retrospective Storybook Brawl video, but after today, I think we're gonna have at least a couple of days without an upload, just because like it's gonna be a bigger project and it's gonna take me a little bit to get everything together, and I want to put my best effort into it. And yeah, I'm not sure like I'm still gonna do daily uploads after we resume and whatnot, and figure out like what we're gonna do, but. For a little bit, it might just be VODs until we can figure out exactly what content is going to look like going forward. So I appreciate your patience, and yeah, I'm hopeful for the future, and yeah, a little bit excited now. Don't get me wrong, I'm very sad, of course, about SBB. This has been a part of my daily life for almost 2 years, and yeah, it's tough to let it go, but yeah. We move onwards and upwards anyways. But yeah, let's get into this game. So we get a pretty good start here. We're still at 40 health. We get a Reckless Wager that turn. We've got a couple pairs. We got a couple Mims, a couple of Sure Shots. Avenues to level 2 treasures is always great with Celestial Tiger. We do win our fight, getting our Reckless Wager gold, and we get to triple our Black Cat here, which is fantastic. With the two familiars, the big book is kind of tempting, but it cuts into the shop, so we don't necessarily want to do that. We could have just taken the Dancing Sword for tempo, but instead we go for the Fairy Tale. I mean, the 2+2+2 on the shop is a ton of stats when you can triple something, so that's why we go with that. We get a couple of Mix-a-Wizzles there. We just turn the Black Cat into a big Heartwood Guardian for a turn at least. Get a little bit of scaling on those this pair of Water Race that we have picked up. Unfortunately, we do lose this fight by just a little bit, and that is a Gwen with Crystal Ball and a Locked Chest for their potential hat. There's a pair of 3s in this shop, and like I'm kind of tempted to pick them up. We're definitely going to pick up this Sporko with the +2/+2. A 4/4 Sporko is generally pretty good. We could get out of these Mims for the pair of Romeos here. I mean, level 3 treasures are of course very potent. And yeah, we make a little bit of an error there. So I accidentally sold the Sporko. I went to grab the Mim, and I grabbed the Sporko and sold it instead. So that is tragic. But yeah, we can recover. We're not in a terrible spot. We do take a pretty big hit though against Merlin here, and I did feel bad about it for a moment. But you know, what can you do, right? We get to triple our familiar though, and we find out our Juliet to go with our pair of Romeos, so that's a little bit of a recovery there. We picked up Jack's Giant Beans, or Jumping Beans, right? I feel like I picked that treasure so little that I forget its name. Anyways, it's going to give 2 instances of +4 to our board, so that's going to be a decent amount of stats to add. It's almost a Helm of the Ugly Gosling with Tiger. And yeah, then we find a Monster Book, which we are going to pick up, and then we get a Candy Cannon as well to go with it. So the Monster Book to help scale our Wizard's Familiar here is really nice. But I mean, that Pied Piper is on 5.0. They're 2 XP up on the lobby, as well as they've got a golden Robin Wood already and a regular Robin Wood. So we put up a pretty good fight, but yeah, that board is far too strong for us. We dropped to 19. After just 3 combats there. We're gonna pick up a Court Wizard with the +2/+2. I think it's worth it. We get to throw a +2/+0 cantrip onto it, increase the size of our Wizard's Familiar, and yeah. I mean, we still got a few triples. Like we're kind of lacking on treasures. We picked up a lot of pairs, but haven't really gotten paid off for them. We go with the Candy Cannon just because it's free, and then we're just going to take the rest of our rolls. It just puts an extra stat onto our Court Wizard, and of course increases the size of our Wizard's Familiar. And that's another opponent that's up 2 XP. This Goldilocks looking pretty scary, but we managed to take them down without even popping our Romeos, so I guess we were just that little bit scarier. There is a TLK, but no real good value, no real good targets for the TLK. We get to triple our Water Wraith finally, and yeah, there's a hat and a Haunted Helm here. Quiver is also kind of fine. It gives +6/+6 to this Court Wizard, but I mean, if we're honest, we want to go hat, right? We want to get this Crystal Ball. We got this Wizard's Familiar already. We've gotten one more 3-pair at least. We go for the roll the dice there, and we hit a second Monster Book, which is fantastic. And we're just going to lock a shop that has our Sure Shot plus Romeo triple there, so that's great. Muerte pretty strong here. They get the double mummy hit there, but fortunately for us, we do have quite a bit of stats of our own with that Juliet summon. All right, so I think we take the Sure Shot first, because we kind of don't want to take the treasure map after we have the Sure Shot. Okay, there's a Noble Steed, which is very, very good at this stage with Celestial Tiger, especially against the Ghost. And yeah, we've triple our Romeo and we get the Crystal Ball, so we have Hat Ball now. So now if we can find Lancelot, we have a pretty easy way to get the treasure. And because the Noble Steed is doubled, we're gonna get a level 7 treasure out of a Lancelot or Herc. Consider just buying the 4 Glory there, just to get our basically free value against the Ghost here, but decided against it. Decided we want to roll, hope for like a Reckless Wager instead. All right, pretty decently sized board for a Ghost here, honestly. Like that Gingerbread Knight is quite large. Fortunately for us, we do manage a win here. Even though we cut the Juliet. Okay, there's a Moonsong Horn. We were hoping for Forking Rod off this Monster Book triple, but unfortunately not to be. So I think we just skip here. Like the Noble Steed again. If we can get a level 7 treasure out of a Lancelot, then that would be great. We also got an Aeon. So that also can help us with spell cost reduction, as well as just helping us scale our Court Wizard. We can finally TLK this Water Wraith. It turns into a Fanny, which is not the greatest, but yeah, we want to get Juliet in there. We've got the Romeo still. Now that the Court Wizard's got a pretty decent size, I think we definitely want to get that going. There's the Lancelot that we've been looking for, so we take that. We just cast the spell. We're not going to play the Lancelot. It's just smaller than what we have on board, and we just don't. We can find a way to proc it next turn and then play it. Unfortunately, opponent does scam our Court Wizard immediately, so we don't get any bonus attacks, but the rest of our board is so large that we make very short work of this opponent. Alright, there's our first spell, our first Sugar and Spice there. We did put it on the Lancelot, which is probably a mistake. I should probably just be pumping all the stats, all the targeted spells into the Lancelot. Also notable that we're down to top 3. And yeah, relatively early, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. Did we take experience this turn? Maybe it wasn't that early. We go for the Croc on the Romeo here. I mean, it protects the Romeo from being scammed if we're playing this Juliet. So I think that's kind of worth it. We got the Lancelot up to 22 now. We just need to find +3 attack. We have no tree, unfortunately, for that exponential growth, and we find that +3 attack in the form of a Luna's Grace, so we're going to finish this Lance this turn. We don't necessarily need to go for a Masquerade Ball, and if we whiff on this Black Prism, which is, of course, our target, then we got a Herc locked in shop now as well. And there we go. That's why we crocked the Romeo, even though it gets attacked into again. But we kind of wanted to protect it from like Lightning Dragons or Lightning Bolts or whatnot. But it doesn't matter anyways. The rest of our board is more than big enough to win here. And yeah, we find our Black Prism. We don't need to worry about this Herc. And now we're just kind of off to the races. We do have a Wizard's Familiar plus an Aeon, but like I think this board is mixable, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mix the board, and then we're gonna hit the TLK, and the TLK gives us 2 Golden Scions of the Storm. So Extremely good here. Extremely good run out. I considered taking this wand, but unfortunately we don't have our Aeon anymore to get our spell cost reduction, so we just decided to keep the hat instead. And honestly, the wand doesn't really add too much. Like it would help double like our non-targeted spells, but it only adds one extra spell. Since it's just whatever you target gets 2 targets, and everything gets 1 with Black Prism and wand together. Alright, we cast a Reckless Wager at the end of the turn here. I feel pretty confident that we can win with this double Golden Scion. Opponent is playing down. And yeah, they just have a bunch of monsters, which is probably fine, but doesn't stand up to our very, very large Black Prism board. There is another Scion, which we're going to absolutely pick up. And that also creates a spot in the shop. So that's a good... One thing that you want to do with Black Prism is you want to be like making space in the shops whenever you can. So like if you want to buy chickens before you cast your targeted spells, things like that, just to it not only lets you cast more spells, but also lets you see more spells when they pop up in the shop. All right, we've got an evil twin in the shop here, so we're gonna sell a bunch of stuff that we don't really care too much about, and then we're gonna evil twin everything on this board. And we would love to hit multiple Scions here. We go for the cycle with the Spellweaver there, just to create more space for potential Scions to pop up. And yeah, we get another Golden Scion plus another regular Scion. There's a Knighthood, but we're not going to worry about that Knighthood. And eventually we cast a Dream at the end of turn to change heroes. We didn't get a chance to do it before the end of the turn, but next turn we'll be able to. We'll be able to do that. Change heroes, that is. I think we're just gonna go Mask here. Like nothing else really does anything, and we can maybe just change out of whatever we have at the end of turn. There's a Croc, and I mean we've got a lot of Scions. I think we're just gonna Croc the board. Let's do it. Might as well. Again, this is like I said at the beginning. This is like everything that I kind of want to do with with Storybook Brawl, and that's just cast a bunch of spells, croc the board, and yeah, just do a bunch of silly stuff like that. Anyhow, I could have gone for the roll the dice there, but I figured rolling and just locking something would be better. But like maybe it's better to just play something on board. But yeah, we've got 3 Golden Scions plus a regular Scion hidden in these Crocs, as well as another regular Scion up front, so pretty much everything we could ever ask for here. We even steal their Tweedle there. They've got some pretty big Echo Woods over there, but unfortunately for them, I mean they get scammed out of our random apple tree, unfortunately, and yeah. We end up with the win pretty decisively without even popping our last pumpkin. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good one to go out on. Yeah, thank you to everyone that has watched and enjoyed the videos. Everyone that's left a comment during this Storybook Brawl era. It's yeah, it's truly the end of an era, and yeah, I'm excited. And also nervous for what comes next, but yeah, whatever it is, I don't know. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, other than yeah, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you for hanging with me on this journey. It's a shame that Storybook Brawl never really took off. As it's a great game, it just had a massive image problem, and yeah, it's just unfortunate that it never really got a chance to shine because of some unfortunate decisions that weren't necessarily under anyone's control, or just some mistakes that that were made, not necessarily on purpose. But yeah. That being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll see you soon with the retrospective video. And yeah, here's to the next thing. All right. Bye-bye.